Whiskey 4, Charlie X-Ray Tango, W4CXT.
Yes, sir, W4CXT. What's the name?
Yeah, the name is Terry on this end. Tango Echo, Romeo, Romeo, Yankee.
Roger, Terry, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm down in Jacksonville, Florida, sir. Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes, sir, and what radio?
I'm running a Yazoo FT-920. FT-920, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, Terry. Gosh, I think we can do you some good if you'd be interested in our setup procedures. Look like you're running fairly unprocessed, so your average peak modulation is somewhere around 30%. And I think we can bring that up to 80 to 85%. Our setup procedure starts with you engaging your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount, but it does precisely what we need it to do. Roger?
Roger that. It's not numbered really, but I can do it on a clock face. It starts off about a 7 o'clock position and goes around to like a 5 o'clock position. So I'll set it about a 9 or 10 o'clock position. Over.
Yes, sir. I think that's correct. We're looking for about a third of the capability of the compressor. We're just looking for about a third of the capability of that compressor, and I think you found it. So now let's go to your ALC with the mic gain in hand, and I want you to speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, and as you do that, you have your mic gain control to adjust to where your ALC level, it will be reading mid-scale to 2/3. Mid-scale to 2/3 by way of adjusting your mic gain control.
I copy that. Let me see, audio. 100, 200, 300. 100, 200, 300, 400. That's about 2/3 right there.
Yes, sir. That's maybe just a tad hotter than that, mid-scale to 2/3, so in that area. And let's see, give me about 10 seconds on your antenna system, and tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds or 15, and let me see if I can find a better path. Roger?
Roger. I turned the mic gain up just a little bit, but anyway, my antenna system. My antenna system is my antenna InFed 8010 2K, and I'm also running a Meritron AL80A amplifier. It usually runs about 1,200, 1,300 watts, and right now I think I'm running about 600 watts just to make it kind of lope along steady. Roger?
Yes, sir. I've got a pretty good copy on your the Atlanta, Georgia SDR. So if you know where your mic EQ is, I would go there and crank in 3 more clicks top end EQ, 3 more clicks treble EQ from where you are. Roger?
Treble EQ from where you are. Roger?
Yes, sir. I turned it up a little bit right there. And I'm starting to lose you a little bit. I might have to get on an SDR myself to kind of hear you a little better. But anyway, how about that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Over, Roger, Roger.
Roger. Now I want you to double check, since I've got a better copy on you, I want you to go back to your ALC and double check your ALC level as you speak rapidly into the mic, 100, 200, 300. Adjust your mic gain to where your ALC reading is mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
To 2/3, Roger.
All right, stand by here.
Yeah, don't worry about the SDR. That you'll never figure that out. You have to mute that SDR as you speak, and you have to. Mine's automatic. I've got a little box here with a 6-position rotary switch, and I've got 4 SDR audios coming up plus my local receiver, and I just dial that up, and then when I transmit it, automatically mutes that. Roger?
When I transmit it, automatically mutes that. Roger?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, I got you on the Massachusetts SDR pretty good. Try and come back to me again, sir.
Yes, sir. Hopefully my level will come up to you a little bit better. I think you're getting close to that. You're now, you just looked at your ALC and you're running mid-scale to 2/3. Is that a roger?
And you're running mid-scale to 2/3. Is that a roger?
Yes, sir. Roger, roger. So you want me to adjust, what do you want me to adjust the next time? Adjust my mic gain again or the compression again?
Oh, I think you're in good shape. I think you're right there. You look like your audio is a 3 dB dynamic range, which means that your average percent of peak modulation is running about 80 to 85%. Roger?
About 80 to 85%, roger.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate the help, sir. I think I talked to you one time before. It's been quite a while back, but I've got some different equipment now, so I thought we'd see if we could tighten it up a little bit again. Over.
Yes, sir. It looks pretty tight. Now, what you need to do is be very consistent about the way that you work that microphone as far as distance to the mic. That's probably the main thing, is to remain consistent as far as your distance to the microphone, that you're and on axis to the microphone. If you turn your head away from that mic, you're going to start losing your articulation. You're going to start losing the top end of the audio spectrum. So you want to face that mic and just keep the position, the distance to the mic consistent. Roger?
The distance to the mic consistent, roger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What I had been doing, based on, what other people had told me, I'm about 2 inches from the microphone, and I was talking across it instead of into it. Now I'm talking more into it. Does it sound better facing the microphone or talking across it?
Well, that's a desk mic. Is that a roger?
That's a desk mic. Is that a roger?
Yeah, Terry, is that a desk mic or a hand mic?
Yeah, Terry.
Okay, I got some other people in there wanting to talk to, I guess. But anyway, I'll go ahead and nail it down like it is, and I'll take your suggestion and make sure I talk the same way every time. And that way I'll keep my articulation like it's supposed to be, and maybe my audio will stay sounding halfway decent. Over.
Yes, sir, that was perfect right there. And the way you're working that microphone sounded good. Now, if you wanted to solve the problem for real, you could go get a foam windscreen and slip over that mic. Then you could address the mic almost any way that you would like. At your favorite music store, foam windscreen would just slip over that mic and probably set you back about $4 or $5. Roger?
Set you back about $4 or $5, roger.
Hey, it sounds like a plan. I'll get one ordered on Amazon today. But anyway, it was good talking to you, and I'm glad we got it worked out a little better. Now I feel better about it.
Yes, sir. I think you're right on, boy. Looks good. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 5/21/21, that will take you to this recording, and you'll be able to hear our setup and hear your radio. Roger?
Our setup and hear your radio. Roger?
Okay, sounds good. I know I subscribed to the channel already, so I'll look that up and I'll see how it sounds. And my voice is kind of... I appreciate the time you're taking with me, and maybe we can let you move on to the next person and see if you can help them out too. Over.
Roger, Terry. Now, I just moved over to my local antenna, and you're about to blow me away. So what I want you to do is give me 10 or 15 seconds about the best thing you like about your radio. Roger?
Yes, sir. Well, it's an older radio. It's a big radio, but I kind of like the DSP and the different things it has on it that I can adjust to kind of pull out weak signals or whatever. And I just bought one of those. Actually, I got two of them. The QRM eliminators. I haven't hooked them up yet, but I want to get them things on there too to see if I can get rid of some of my noise that I might have from around the neighborhood or around the house or whatever. But That's my next thing. I want to get hooked up and get going and see if that'll help me out on my receive a little bit. Over.
Roger that, roger that. Well, that's a personal taste kind of thing, and you just the best way to deal with that is to put yourself in an AV situation so you can hear it with it and without it directly. If you can get a switch where it's in and out, and you can tell which one you like better, that would be the way to handle that. As far as your transmit, I wouldn't do a thing to that. I would get the Gorilla Tape out and tape everything down, Roger.
Tape out and tape everything down, Roger.
I'll leave it and try not to play with it, I guarantee you. But anyway, like I said, I appreciate it. The only problem I'm having is I got some loose connections in my radio I got to get worked on. I need to pull the cover off of it, and I think I have some loose, I need to resolder some areas or something, because sometimes I can look over there and my radio is not transmitting at all, and I can just reach over on top of the radio and just tap it one time and it comes back on. So I need to do some resoldering and rechecking inside. That might be affecting my audio once in a while, but anyway, other than that, I think we're okay.
Roger. Now, I tend to look at the most obvious things in a situation like that, and it would be perhaps the relay, the transmit-receive relay. That's a mechanical deal that is more obvious than a loose connection. The contacts on that relay could be at fault, and there's a way to clean those. You might read up on that. You get yourself a burnishing tool or whatever. But it's anyway, it's a long story, but it could be that relay, and you might want to check that. If you can get to that relay, just to try to see if it could be that relay before you go all over the board, Roger.
Before you go all over the board, Roger.
I'll check that as soon as I can, I guarantee you. And it might be even this afternoon. Since I talked to you, it kind of got me interested a little bit too, so maybe I can get here and open that thing up and see if I can figure it out. But anyway, I appreciate your help. I really do appreciate your help, I do.
Roger, Terry, 73, sir. Have a good afternoon, great weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.